Normally when it comes time to do Artsnacks unboxing videos, it feels like I've just done one, but honestly for me, it feels like my April video for the April Artsnacks box was so long ago. I guess April was just a really long month for me personally, but now it is May. It is finally time for the May 2019 Artsnacks box, so here it is. And let me tell you, this box has a lot of stuff in it. It just feels very, very full, and I don't know, it just felt like this box came with a lot of supplies. In the grand scheme of things, it didn't come with a ton more than like what they normally come with, but I guess just between the fact that the water brush had a very large like plastic thing that it came in and the acrylic spray was very large, just kind of filled the box more so than usual. But the very first thing that I showed was the Stillman & Bird Nova Trio Mixed Media paper. This is 150 GSM paper, and it comes in beige, gray, and black in the sampler that Artsnacks sent. I don't really like the size or shape of the paper, so plot twist, I only used one of them, and I didn't even use it well, so oopsies. Another thing that this came with, though, was I got these two Faber-Castell gelatos, and I got mine in the colors limoncello and blood orange, so I got like highlighter yellow and a pretty blood orange color, but these things look so fun. I was so excited to use them. I really like that they're called gelatos. I feel like the packaging is really cute, and they're cute. More than anything, they're cute. This box also came with a Spectra AD marker. I've always actually wanted to try these. I kind of want to branch out when it comes to alcohol markers, but I have a bunch of Copics and other ones are expensive too, so it's nice to get some in Artsnacks here and there, and I got mine in the color camel. It also came with the Faber-Castell water brush, which is cool. I've actually also wanted to try out new water brushes. A lot of the ones I have frayed, so I just needed a new one. This guy is really tiny though, which is good for traveling, just because like you can fit it in very compact places. We also got this Marabou Mixed Media Art Spray. I believe we've gotten one of these in an Artsnacks box long ago. I don't remember though, but she messy. We get into that later. And of course it also came with the sticker and candy. So when it came to swatching these supplies, I was so excited about the gelatos. They're just really cute. I think part of the reason I'm so intrigued by the gelatos is because they're called gelatos. That's just really cute. And I really do like the packaging. I like the gradient of going from like the color to a clear sort of see-through plastic up the body of them. And then on the Artsnacks menu, it did say that these things were water soluble, so you could use water. Its wording was, blend your new colors with or without water. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh heck yeah, because these things look like crayons, so at least I can add water to them to take away from the crayon texture. I did swatch everything else. That spray got messy. I sprayed it all over my iPad on accident. Don't do that. If you're using a thing that's a spray, preferably don't have your iPad or any other expensive things right next to it. I got it off, but I was like, wow, I did that. So I went ahead and I sketched out some strawberries on one of the papers that they gave because the colors reminded me of a strawberry. I was very happy that they blended so well together. All of the colors blended well together. I could mix the acrylic spray with the gelatos, which was nice because I felt like the color combination I was given was not really in my favor. The like highlighter yellow gelato was definitely the outlier there. It was scaring me. I was very afraid for this because I was like, I didn't have a super dark pigment really. I mean, the mixed media spray, which I don't even know what color it came in because I couldn't find a color on the container, but it was like this pretty like greenish teal color. I don't know, it wasn't super dark, so it didn't really stand out from anything. Everything was fairly mid-toned, and you couldn't even layer the acrylic spray too much to make it like super dark without pretty much putting like a ton of that stuff down, and that stuff was messy. I also, as you can see on the left there, I literally used a sheet of my my sketchbook for like a palette for mixing these colors and then putting them on the drawing. I'm glad I did that instead of laying down the gelatos directly onto the paper, or of course laying down the acrylic spray directly onto the paper. I am not a huge fan of the texture that the gelatos lay down on their own. They are they're very crayon-like. It has that like weird like oil pastel texture to it, which I am not a fan of, but it was nice just kind of using them on another surface and picking up the pigment from them with the water brush. I really enjoyed doing that. So I wasn't really sure how I was going to incorporate the blood orange or the limoncello gelatos, but I pretty much ended up diluting them both with each other and with the mixed media art spray, and that ended up working really well. I ended up just combining the colors so there was no like huge weird contrasting, but in like a bad way of like ugly color stuff going on there. It didn't turn out that bad. I was really surprised. And about halfway through, I decided to color in her skin with the marker that I got in this box, and that was kind of my plan initially, honestly, but the marker, it was really hard to blend it out, obviously, because I only had the one marker, but I didn't want to color everything in completely, but that's kind of what I ended up having to do anyways, just because there was a lot of streaking going on, and it wasn't very good. So I was very scared, like, with this illustration, because I was like, oh, this is gonna be very bad. This is gonna be very ugly. And I actually really like how it ended up turning out. I did go ahead and I used that spray, which made a freaking mess on my desk. I thought it was not going to come off. It's like acrylic paint in a spray bottle, basically. And I used a makeup wipe, and it came off of my desk, so that's cool. Because paper towels and water were not taking it off, so I was like, when in doubt, let's go grab a makeup wipe, and it worked, so that's not bad. I just wanted to use it to fill up the space. Initially in my thumbnail for this, yes, I did a thumbnail first and foremost, I'm proud of myself. Initially in my thumbnail, I had drawn flowers on there, but once I drew the character on the page, I was like, there's not really room for flowers where I intended on putting them, but then there was that awkward space in the background, so I just used the acrylic spray, and I kind of made it work with other things too. So as a whole, I'm really impressed with how this turned out. I get pretty pressured when it comes to Artsnacks supplies because I want to make a good illustration to kind of show off the supplies in the best way possible. And by no means is this like the best use of the supplies. I've rarely used things like this before / never used things like this before, so I'm really happy with how this turned out considering. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.